It's kind of like a marketing automation type thing. But it's not just creating posts for you. It's like a library, like a way to create a whole library of all of your ideas and all of your notes and all of the
Oh,
key
fancy.
insights that you've got. So it's a way to bring together every idea that you come across or that you have, but and then log that, but then be able to turn it into high quality content post that point, and then you can sort of adjust it along the way. Human in the loop is still absolutely key, but yeah, I mean it's insane. Let me just do a quick showcase here. So what's it called? It's called Content Lead. So we're going to release it very soon. And so I've been doing it with my brother. So my brother historically worked in marketing at Coca-Cola, and so he knows inside and out how these firms actually work, and um, and how you from start to finish how you create a piece of content within these firms, because within any organization you don't just create a piece of content. You have like branding, you have different wording that you use, different styles that you use, and all this kind of stuff. And so that's why, and the person who sort of runs this is called content lead, a content lead. Like, this is the title that they have. And so what we're trying to do is we're kind of trying to replicate that at scale. So not only will you just do it for one brand, but you could ultimately do it for multiple brands. Um, and so what you do is you set up brands. So you set up brands in the way that you want to. So we have a lot of apps, right? So we've got like Enterprise DNA, we've got No Code, we've got a few other different apps with different social media accounts and stuff. And so what we have here is we have very detailed outline of of the brand and how we want the brand and messaging to be. So what's our vision? What's our target audience? What's our brand voice? What are the key messaging messages that we want to add to it? Um, and so you set that up here. And then what you do inside of here when you create a piece of content is you choose the brand. Okay. So say, for instance, I'm creating a brand, some content for Enterprise DNA. I select Enterprise DNA. And that context of the brand sits above every piece of content that we create from here on out. So all the styling, all the wording, all the positioning, all that is automatically baked into every single content generation we do. So you don't have to.
Kind of like a persona.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is how you would do it within a large organization, is that you would always try and be on brand for your messaging, right? But obviously we're trying to do things at a little bit more scale here. So that's just one part of it. And by the way, this
That's
is
neat.
this is what I've been building with Claude Code. Like, all this is me. This is all me. No one else has touched this other than me. Um, and so what you can also do here is we have this, I created this playground area. So you have the ability to log notes on anything. Um, so you can create notes manually by talking, or I have the ability to add audio. You just speak into the box and it will add your ideas. You can upload audio, you can get YouTube transcripts, upload documents, upload a website, and get all the download of the website.
It just scrapes the whole site.
It scrapes a page. So, for example, I'll just grab this one here. So you just go like this. It will just extract all the details from that page. So it's just a way to collate all of your ideas really quickly. And so then you save it all into your note area. So that's just the content. And then you come to your notes and you'll see here that these are all of the things I've been collecting over the last few days, like all the articles I like, this was one that I had, which was just me talking, which was just an idea that I had about Claude Code and AI agent orchestration. And you just log it into your library here. And you and through AI, we create tags. We can also, extract topics like this. So it's kind of
You know,
like a
I'm
marketing
watching this,
orchestrator.
and it's kind of like, in some respects, it's the it's the the complete flip side of what I do with Obsidian. That Obsidian, I take all my content that I create, put it
Yep.
in there, and then use the mechanism to make connections and to search and kind of
Mhm.
have control over what I've already generated. This is almost the reverse, where you're kind of setting up those connections and filters, and then it's creating content from those.
Yeah, yeah, we can do the reverse too. I just haven't built that in, but we track
Right,
every.
right. I mean, that'd be, I think, a lot easier than what you've done here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think going in
So
this direction is a lot harder.
yeah, and then so this comes up with like just gives you a whole lot of ideas. It's kind of like it's exactly the what we do what we've been talking about basically is it's not totally agentic just yet, but it just gives you a whole lot of ideas, very 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 quickly on all the notes that you're collecting. So kind of it's just like it's just like your mind, but it's just it's duplicating it. It's multiplying how you would ordinarily come up with content. So okay, so that's sort of the way
That's
to
neat.
yeah,
It
and
looks
then we
great
have
too. I mean, it's like I'm amazed that, it's like kind of knowing you when you didn't know how to do any of this, and now seeing what you're doing is just
oh, I know.
incredible.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And so I have an image generator here as well. So you have all these prompts. You can save prompts as well. So we've got like a prompt library. You can create any type of image, AI image you want, and you can
What
save.
are you using as your generator, Flux?
No, I'm actually using Imogen or Imagine
Oh,
from Google, the latest one,
yeah.
4. It's way better than Flux, way better, way quicker. Um, so yeah. So any AI imagery you can get, and I also have video. I've also added video here, so you can create video. It's very expensive, but you can create any video you like.
What are you creating video on VO2?
Video 3.
VO3, wow, that is
Yep.
expensive.
Yeah, $6 a pop.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's in here. So we're gonna have to charge extra for it, but yeah, so there's many more things we can do for this as well, but this is just stage one of like being able to, just think about if you're an organization and you want to create marketing content these days, everything's the standard is elevated, and you're going to need all this
Yeah.
stuff. You're going to need quality content. You're going to need quality images. You're going to need quality video. You're going to have to manage a lot of these at scale. So, this is the future. This is the future of these platforms. You need to have this. And then so what we've done as well here is so what you can bring it all together. So you can create manually, you can create social posts, email, newsletter, articles, and other. And so you can type in whatever you want, choose a prompt from your prompt library, and then get it to create a first draft for you in terms of your content. And then you can go and edit that draft. But what
Wow.
you can also do is if you're sort of stuck on ideas, you can you can mock up some social media posts. So for instance, I've got this style cluster, I call it, where um, I've got a whole lot of content styles that I like, or that from my historic posts. So this is you actually. So this is you. So it's content styles. So if I click on this, here are all my historic posts in a cluster. So you see here, these are all my posts that I've done historically that I really like, and the way that the style that I've done them. And so what I call that is a cluster. It's a style cluster of posts. And then what you can do here is, okay, so social media, my cluster, I want to mock up some drafts in that style based on some notes that I've got. Okay, so
Mm.
I really like these notes here from this particular note that I had in my library, and I want to mock up 3 posts in my style. I want to mock up some drafts on that topic. Okay. I also want them to be in my brand. So that's the other thing I've got to do. So at the moment, they're an enterprise DNA brand. I actually want them to be in my personal brand. And I'll just do it again. So I guess it's maybe a little bit too technical, but maybe we'll need to make that a little bit simpler now that I'm sort of describing it to you live. But so I just go generate ideas like this.
And this is where I've found, I mean, this is far more sophisticated than anything I'm using, but what I found is that kind of the AI brainstorming is really helpful. Like,
Yeah.
that it kind of just throws volume at you. And, a lot of it is not good, but in with the not good are some real gems. And so my guess is, when you generate a lot of, kind of mock social media posts in a particular style, some of them are really going to jump out as good.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Like not everything is very is good. Like I discard probably 80% of what comes
Right.
out as a draft,
Right.
and then I pick up I guess where this is not generating posts for me, this is generating drafts for me.
Right.
And then
Right.
I'm going from there. So like I would go and read all the ones that I've done, and then I would say, okay, I don't like this one. Okay, delete it. I don't like this one, delete it. Okay, I like this one. Okay, so this is in this style. Now I can overlay a custom post, prompt to it. So maybe I like the style that it gave me, but maybe I want it as a list post, which I have a different prompt for. And by the way, you can also like the way we've set it up is that you can actually just like if you want to, it just gives you a lot of options. So okay, so I'll change it to this style, but I also want to change it from that content to a list post, and then I can go generate post. So it's not doing it for me. It's just giving me a whole lot of options. It's sort of like my marketing partner in every which way to create quality content, right? And not just social media, but all types of content, newsletters, articles, all that kind of stuff.
That's really clever. It's really neat. You know, one of the things I wonder, have you got anything in there where when you reject something, do you tell it
Yeah.
why? Like you say,
No.
okay, here's why I don't like this.
No, no, I don't have that. That is exactly the agentic side of thing, which I think you've got to get to. Like that's what I agree. I agree. Also, where this gets more agentic is where it just comes up with these drafts for me without even me asking. Like that, I kind of walk into it and I say, maybe through voice, I say, "Hey, can you just come up with give me a few drafts on posts today?" And it just comes
Hmm.
up with it. Like I think that's where it's got to go. I think it's actually got to go
Yeah.
there and then create the imagery and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're just not there yet, but we're gonna get this out there as it is right now. And then that's the directionally, I think that's where I've got to go. Like that's where you have to go as I'm sort of as I've been saying. There's also lots of other little things like we've got, listen to post, schedule. I've got a whole scheduling thing, so it can actually post it in a calendar for you. Um, so to think about where I've come from 9 months ago, I didn't even really know what GitHub was. Um,
Right.
to building this now, right? I have built this entirely myself with AI, entirely myself. And I have made so much progress in the last ten days. It's unbelievable with this agentic Claude code. So that's, I guess this is just proof. Like
When did you start building this?
I started building this maybe a month ago.
Amazing.
Um,
Amazing.
and but the progress has all been in like I was going pretty well. I started in Lovable initially. It's very different to where it was in Lovable though, since I moved out of there. Moved on to my strategy of using an IDE. Then I was using multiple IDEs. Um, and then I'm now using Claude Code, which has been that's been the craziest lift in productivity. Craziest. Yeah.
So
And
how do you maintain the kind of look and feel? Because it definitely looks like your style and interface and kind of familiar on kind of the enterprise DNA. Not exactly, but
yeah.
you can tell that it's got some influences from it. I'm wondering kind of how do you maintain and develop that theming across your
So you,
apps?
you just have a style guide. So inside all of your code files, you have a style guide, and you build to those style rules. So the AI, you just make sure that you go anytime you just say initially, as you get going, you make sure it references that knowledge all the time. But then as I've built it out, it kind of already, like the Claude Code particularly, it understands that this is the font you want, this is the coloring you want. Like it's got that in its context.
Is it
And
CSS that you?
well, no, it's just like in terms of the styling, it's just a guide. It's just like a text file.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a text file. You just tell it what you want, and it will go and reference
Interesting.
that in the context every time it's building something. Um, It does deviate sometimes. And then you just say, hey, you're not following the style guide. Go reference the style guide and make sure we're using all of the colors that we're meant to be using.
Mm. And
And so
does it actually, can you have it add to the style guide? Say,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, like,
Totally.
that we didn't talk about this, but add that in as a rule now.
You can manipulate any file with AI
Yeah.
when it's in your code file. Yeah. And so I've also got here. Every single post you do, we capture that post in history. So if you think about every post that's getting done, is getting logged into the database as history. And so then you can always come back and you can review, okay, what was the generated content? What was the original content? Um, so this can be a way. And then the idea is that I think this is actually what you were meaning is that, so what we do is you have all your history. You can then build your content styles based on your history. So
Mm.
you can then create a new cluster and then select all of the ones you like, and then put it in that content style, and then that can be your style that helps you generate new content based on other notes that you've saved.
So I noticed as you flash by, you had metadata and all that. Is it keeping an active tally of how the posts are doing?
No, I don't have any analytics. No, no,
Because that
no.
that seems like it would also, as kind of a
Yeah,
future thing, that'd be hugely useful because to see kind of over time what
yeah.
themes are hitting, what styles are hitting.
Totally, totally. A lot of social media scheduling tools have this already. Um, But you know why I haven't used it, Ryan? Is because every time, as you know, every time you go down that analytics route, it sucks the life out of the
Yeah,
enjoyment of
yeah.
actually creating content. So I
That's
haven't actually, I
very,
haven't,
very true.
I
Very
have not
true.
actually, I have not actually used those to any extent. But you can tell people who are on these platforms. Um, I have to. I'll just jump off this for now. But hopefully showcasing that will show
Yeah.
that nothing we're
Really
saying is
impressive.
hyperbolic. Like it is true. Like this is actually actual reality. When I'm saying things like I'm building the amount of like what four people are doing historically, it's like 100% true. Like it is actually
Yeah.
true.